And good morning. Welcome to Fossil Nation Gaming. I'm your host, Major Fossil. Fossil Nation Gaming presents the ESO, the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm Major Fossil. Welcome, welcome to the dig site. Can you dig it? All right, we're getting on with the story here with Dark Lord, my character Dark Lord Necron. We've done some of this morning, so we'll just continue on. We didn't film it all, but you know, it is what it is. I'm enjoying my gaming, so I thought I'd do a bit of a stream a little bit early, but let's go. We're going to Necrom, as I am Necron with an N. Okay. Well, I suppose go to the journal first, make sure we're on the right track. We'll just travel from here. Let's go. My Mora headgear. And I have, I think it's the tattoos. I'm trying to do this character up here, and that's what we'll be doing. I want the uniform, the Mora armor, etc.
This could prove more difficult than I expected.
I'll get rid of the marker. Okay. Oh, let's talk to Melvin, the Mouthless.
Curses and corporeal existence. I can see why most ancestors move on instead of haunting their descendants. My mortal memories are much harder to recall than I anticipated. I don't remember where to find those components. Not exactly.
So we came here for nothing?
Of course not. I buried the components we need in separate caches on the tower grounds. I just can't remember exactly where I put them. No matter. With your assistance, I'm sure we can find the right spots.
What do you need me to do?
Use my ghost sight. It will reveal the hiding places. Remember, Tel'Rendis is my place of power, despite Shalreni's attempts to make it her own. Here, I can easily use my magic through you, as long as you're willing.
Where should I start looking?
I placed sigils at the spots, but on a different layer of reality. Use my ghost sight, and you should be able to see them. The caches are buried beneath those locations. When you get close to a spot I recognize, I'll tell you to activate my sight. able to see my sigils through my ghost sight. Look around.
Oh, Doc. Oh.
Isn't ghost sight wonderful? You'll find a cache here. That's my illusion tincture. The other components are buried elsewhere.
Looks like there's a battle on over here. Chest over here, we're going to have a look. Oh, we just got that in time.
Finders keepers, as they say.
Oh, I'm being distracted. But we need all the stuff we can get. Oh.
Use my ghost sight here.
Can never have enough of that.
Aha!
I remember this old workbench. We can prepare the Cloak of Omission here. Place the components one at a time onto the enchanting workbench. Good work. Now place the shawl. Almost done. Now sprinkle the tincture. Excellent. Now take the Cloak of Omission. Go ahead and try it on. The cloak will... You look amazing. Barely a hint of a data connection. I should explain the particulars, though. Not a bad bit of work. You follow directions well. And the cloak looks perfectly dashing. Dashing, I say. Now let's head to Old Isra and meet up with Kirit Gedane. She should have gotten you access to the Conclave by now.
Wait a moment. Oh.
Did I? I don't recall.
Quick on the button.
But if you're asking about the Cloak of Omission, it could only shield you from so many scrying attempts. Eventually, someone will notice you. But the enchantment should last long enough for us to get our hands on Shalreni.
Anything else you want to tell me?
Now that you mention it, yes. Gedane can get you on the access list, but you must play your part. Dunmer laws are labyrinthine, Telvanni especially. You need to invoke the proper statue to avoid suspicion.
The proper statue?
Just say the following to the sentry at the door. I hereby invoke the 26th statute of the Necrom Agreement, and then demand entry to the Conclave. Can you remember that? Once we get inside, we can meet up with Kirit Gedane.
Alright, let's go. Old Isra?
What could Shalreni be thinking? She's obviously counting on the support of 2 Daedric princes. But does she really expect them to magically elevate her to the rank of Magister? Let's get to Tel Hulin in Old Isra and see if the cloak works.
Why is the statute you want me to invoke so important?
Because you're not a Telvanni. That particular statute relates to the agreement between House Telvanni and the Keepers of the Dead. If you present it with authority, the Sentry will probably grant you access.
Once inside, why don't I just tell the Conclave what Master Shalreni is really up to?
And tell them what? If you even imply that any Telvanni would require the help of an outsider, you'd insult them at best or get arrested, if not immediately challenged to a duel of spells. Believe me, any of those would be counterproductive.
What could they arrest me for?
Do you honestly think my people need a legitimate reason? Well, how about impersonating a Necrom official? Or infiltrating a meeting of the Master's Conclave? Not to mention acting in the service of a Daedric prince? We can't risk it.
Alright. Okay, I don't know where my uniform went. Whoop. Well, let's go. Above, so let's go up this way and see what happens.
Tel Hulin, the Tower of Halls, home to the Assembly of Masters. Remember to invoke the statute when you demand entry, and put on the cloak.
Know that, Drew? As Master Shalreni's mouth, you are prohibited from entering the Conclave.
But I must warn the Masters.
Don't worry. Your treacherous master will be dealt with soon enough.
You must warn the other masters. I can no longer stand by and do nothing while Master Sheldreni continues along this dark path. Her actions threaten the entire peninsula.
Your master Shirani's mouth. Why should I trust anything you tell me?
You probably shouldn't, but that doesn't mean I'm lying. I admired Sheldreni for her skill and power. Thought she would help me rise in the ranks. But her ambition and contempt for her fellow Telvanni will doom us all.
What do you mean?
Master Sheldreni made a deal with not one, but two Daedric princes. She plans to use their help to eliminate all who oppose her so she can become Archmagister. The masters won't listen to me. They don't understand the danger.
What danger are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Master Sheldreni stopped confiding in me. But I know how she thinks. She has no respect for the masters or this conclave. When they move to reprimand her, she's going to show them just how powerful she's become. It will be a bloodbath.
The Master's Conclave is in session. All other business is on hold. Come back later. Necrom?
Oh, hang on. Let's do that again.
The Master's Conclave is in session. All other business is on hold. Come back later.
Check your list. I hereby invoke the 26th statute of Necrom Agreement and demand entry.
Necrom? Let me see. Ah, yes. You're listed as Curate Godane's attending clerk. Very good. You may go inside. I expect you'll find the curate in the assembly antechamber, as the attending magister declared the conclave for masters only.
I'll head inside.
There's Curate Godane.
Really, I must...
I insist, Curate. You do realize I wield considerable influence as Master Norvora's mouth.
Of course, but...
I could do much for you and the Keepers. Now tell me, what do you think of my book?
That's Master Norvora's mouth. We need to extract Godane this instant.
The Curate and I are busy, outsider. I am eager to hear what he thinks of my book, Ancestors of a Humble Mouth. It's a work in progress, but at least 2 booksellers have expressed interest. Come back later.
Master Norvora sent me to find you. She requires you immediate assistance.
How strange. As no one but masters are allowed inside, Master Norvora explicitly told me to wait out here until after the Conclave concluded its business.
I'm gonna lie here.
Well, obviously Master Norvora needs her spellbook. No master should ever meet her peers without being totally prepared. I'll go and fetch it at once.
Thank you, my friend. Follow me. I know a place where we can talk privately. We can speak freely here. You arrived not a moment too soon, my friend. Before they decided to seal the hall, and I was trapped in that dreadful conversation with Mouth Elar, I found what we needed. Master Shelreni is here, and being held under guard until the conclave begins.
Shelreni's here? I saw her mouth outside. He said the masters are in danger. Let's go get Shelreni.
Ah, and now we come to the problem. Magister Gothrin arrived from Sadrith Mora to oversee the Masters' Conclave. He immediately expelled all but the Telvanni Masters and placed a ward on the door. There's no way to get into the Assembly Hall.
There must be some way to get inside?
Sadly, disabling a ward placed by a Magister is beyond my capabilities. If you have any ideas, please share them. Otherwise, I fear the Masters are on their own in there.
Meln is a Magister. Maybe he can help us get past the...
A Magister? To counter Magister magic, eh? Good idea. Let's go disable the ward.
Oh, excuse me, I just need a little drink. I like this outfit. Wonder if I can keep it, probably not. We'll wait and see.
A ward needs anchors. Use my ghost sight to spot them. One on either side of the door. I'll lend you my power to disable them.
Master Morena seemed exhausted. Is she well?
The healers recommended she stay in bed, but she insisted we attend the conclave. They call them so rarely.
Understandable.
Magister Gothrin is good,
despise
but
public
I'm
appearances.
better.
They hate the
Let's enter the assembly hall.
Gathering without them more. Too bad we're not allowed inside. I was hoping to see what punishment they provide.
This is a closed session. What is the meaning of this intrusion?
Now, Gothrin, surely such restrictions don't apply to a Magister and his proxy.
Meln the Mouthless, a spirit. No matter. I will not tolerate your antics.
Nothing in our statutes precludes a dead Magister from participating in a conclave. Now, hear what my proxy has to say.
Very well. Step forward. You stand on shaky ground, Mouth for the Mouthless. What's so important that Magister Meln dares interrupt this closed session of the Master's Conclave?
You're all in danger. Master Shelreni plans to eliminate all of her rivals.
And Magister Meln thought us so ineffective that he had to swoop in and save the day? How presumptuous of him. Do you really think one rogue master is a match for this assembly?
It's not just Master Shelreni. She has the support of 2 Daedric princes.
So I heard. Hence the reason I decided to leave my comfortable tower and come all this way to personally take charge of this conclave. The Masters will hear the charges, question the subject, and render swift judgment.
She's going to kill you all, just like she killed Meln the Mouthless.
Is that why you're here? To add another charge to Shelreni's list of crimes? Then so noted. Perhaps that's why she turned herself over without any fuss or bother, so that she can plead for mercy. Perhaps I'll be lenient. Perhaps not.
You're making a mistake, Magister Meln says. You can't underestimate Master Shelreni.
Enough of this nonsense. I listened to the concerns of your Magister and heard his allegation. Now we are finished. Meln may stay if he wishes. That is his right. But you and the curate should go and leave us to our work.
Psst, over here. I forgot how boring my so-called peers can be.
Pity Shelreni didn't eliminate a few more of my rivals before we noticed. But your master, Meln. I have fond memories of his many antics. That's why I wanted a word with you.
What did you want to talk about? What did you want to talk to me about?
Your master has delayed these proceedings long enough. Master Shelreni reached above her station and must be dealt with. Anything that postpones that and increases the time I must spend in the company of my so-called peers will not be tolerated.
Master Shelreni murdered Magister Meln. He has the right to confront her.
Murder, you say? That is serious. I suppose anything can be expected from a master who makes pacts with Daedra. We really need to strip her of her rank and exile her. Well, if you must see her, she's being held in a meeting room down the East Hall.
I don't understand this necessity for debate. If it were up to me, we'd get right to the vote. Nothing anyone has to say will change my mind about Shelreni. Now then, is Magister Meln really dead?
Magister Meln was murdered by Master Shelreni. He needs to see her right away.
Meln may have confused Magister Gothrin, but there's no provision for a dead Telvanni participating in a conclave. It's just not done.
Look, if we don't find Shelreni, there's no telling what may happen to you and the other masters.
Is that a threat? Master Morena led Shelreni through the East Door for making similar pronouncements only a few moments ago. If that can happen to a master, imagine what's in store for a lowly mouth like you.
There's a meeting room just to the right. This must be where they're holding her.
Shelreni's gone, but what's that tipped over bottle over there? That's pure essence of dream. Let me cast a spell to see what happened here.
What was that?
Just a little gift from the Prince of Dreams. Soon, you will do exactly as I say.
You won't get away with this.
I already have. And with your help, I'll get away with so much more. Now let's go attend the conclave. My ascension requires participants, willing or otherwise.
We must get to the conclave. It's held in the Master's private hall to the north.
Something's going on to the north. I think the conclave is starting.
Master Shelreni, you stand accused of conspiring against your fellow Telvanni, murdering Meln the Mouthless, and consorting with Daedric princes. How do you plead?
A Telvanni doesn't plead. But I will kill you all before I take my sacrifice and depart.
Help me, Magister.
Shelreni, cease your actions this instant.
Use my ghost sight to disable the wards and get down there. Second time.
Finally awake. Thank the ancestors. I thought Shelreni killed you.
We should talk, Mouth of Meln. The Mouth of the Mouthless. I suppose you want me to say that you and Meln were right. That I should have taken Shelreni's threat more seriously. Well, let's pretend I said that and move on to what needs to happen next.
I remember rushing towards Shrani when suddenly everything went black.
Yes, quite a display. She used the Conclave to formally announce her intentions. Her spell would have killed everyone, and positioned her to challenge the Archmagister for rulership of the house. Luckily, I was on hand to save the local masters.
What did you do?
Shelreni may be a powerful master, but I am a Magister of the Telvanni Council. It was a simple matter to deflect her attack while the Conclave dispersed. Then I stabilized the portal she fled through, assuming you would want to follow her.
Why do you assume that we want to follow Master Shelreni?
Really now? Who do you think Meln consulted when he first invented his Cloak of Omission? I see the mark of Mora upon you. House Telvanni wants no part in the machinations of Daedric princes. Just make sure to kill Shelreni when you find her.
What about Master Morena?
Master Morena revealed her inadequacies when she allowed herself to be captured. The other masters survived. In both cases, House Telvanni won. If you plan to chase Shelreni, I suggest you leave now. I'm not going to hold that portal open forever.
So, you don't care what happens to Master Morena?
In all honesty, no. In case you haven't noticed, we of House Telvanni are a superior lot. Sentiment and mercy rarely factor into our actions. Now, step lively. That portal will close as soon as my attention wavers. Ooh, and I feel a yawn coming on.
This ancient ruin. Those markings. This place is dedicated to Vermina. Laramil's amulet can protect us both.
This place. I think we visited the memory of it in the Eye of Mora.
Not as powerful as I would like to be. Bit of gold. Let's move on.
Stand Stand close and let me shield you.
Ah, yes.
This chamber appears promising. We should look around. Laramil's gift protects us both. Laramil's amulet can protect us both. Anything relevant in those papers? Was there anything in those papers about Master Shelreni or where we might find her?
These pages talk about Master Shelreni's arrangement with Torvasad.
She writes about how Torvasad came to her, indoctrinated her into Vermina's service, how he was consumed with restoring something that was either stolen or lost, and how he insisted they find this ancient shrine. Interesting.
And here she writes about the work they did to restore the Vermina statue.
So they sent the malachite mined from the Alavelis quarry here. And she discusses how the hidden kindred were formed to provide the workers needed to accomplish the restoration. Somehow, rebuilding a Vermina statue is the key to Torvasad's goal.
In the Panopticon, Torvasad altered Mora's memory by restoring a Vermina statue.
This must be where that original memory took place. Where Vermina and Periite think Hermaeus Mora wronged them and stole whatever it is they now seek. Let's keep going. That restored statue.
We must find Shelreni and stop her from completing this rite.
Alright, let's go. I don't want to rush. I really don't. So I'm just a little bit... My controls are a little insensitive sometimes. I just touch the button, knows what it does. Because it's, here's what it is. Vermina Shrine.
There's Shelreni and Master Morena. We need to free her.
My black book! Looks like Shelreni got past my safeguards.
Genius, Torvasad. Using the restored memory to open a path to Apocrypha.
Weren't we here before?
Shelreni's using the restored statue as a focus for her rite.
Mora's minions! You will not interfere!
An aspect of Vermina. That's
Away,
not good.
agents of fate! This vessel will help me restore what was taken from us all!
I think you got their attention.
Now, my disciple, complete the sacrifice so I may inhabit the vessel.
Step into the focus to use my ghost to defeat this enemy.
By the power of Mora! no! So
Help!
close.
Someone help us!
So close. Gonna be a struggle.
Now! Now, my disciple. Complete the sacrifice so I may inhabit the vessel.
I focused my ghost sight.
I could use a healer.
That one put up a fight, didn't they?
Yeah, not wrong. Boundary struck.
I think we need to stop that monster and rescue Master Morena.
Oh! Sounds like the game's playing up, so I'm going to end the stream there. I do apologise, but it is what it is. I'm Major Fossil, you're not. Be the best you can be. And bye for now. This is only a short